Well, they
know that this will be a permanent underclass. They need that permanent underclass forever.
And that is where we are with this immigration thing, this illegal immigration. I mean, look at the evolution of Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton, Derek, would you play that clip for us?
We've got to do several things, and I am, adamantly against illegal immigrants. I made this exception basically
would you
on
run that
humanitarian
again?
grounds.
That what was that first word? She is what?
We've got to do
Adamantly.
several things, and I am, adamantly against illegal immigrants. I made this exception basically on humanitarian grounds because of the individual stories, but certainly we've got to do more at our borders, and people have to stop employing illegal immigrants. Come up to Westchester, go to Suffolk and Nassau counties, stand in the street corners in Brooklyn or the Bronx. You're going to see loads of people waiting to get picked up to go do yard work and construction work and domestic work.
Now, she said, I am adamantly against illegal immigrants.
Yeah. How long ago was that? That
was
just recently?
What was that? While she was she was a senator. What was that?
Oh, that's when she was a U.S. senator in New York City.
What was the date on that, Derek? Wasn't it 2006?
Says 2015.
2015. Well, no. That was I'm pretty sure she was a senator then.
Yeah.
But that shows you how things evolve. Now, if just imagine Donald Trump saying he's against illegal immigrants, not immigration, immigrants. That's what she said. And to further that
is a key word.
Against to further the proof that she meant illegal immigrants was that she said, well, we got to stop them from picking up construction workers and having them do yard work and all of this stuff. So that is the whole concept. She understands that what is going on.
She understood at the time. That was her position at the time. But now, like you said, since Bernie Sanders been in there, we had a community organizer as president. They have taken this party, and I believe that Bernie Sanders is there deliberately to take this party as far left as they can take it. And we see that President Obama, we can see now in his last year he's moving farther and farther. Like you said, the comment that he made to these children. Matter of fact, Phil, did you see when Ted Cruz said something about we need to have surveillance in some of the Muslim areas? The president said this right here. He said that, why would we want to be like an oppressive country like Cuba? Excuse me? You was just in Cuba and you didn't say anything about Cuba being an oppressive country, but he gonna come back to the States and say that Cuba is an oppressive country, that's a communist country, that this is a free country. So absolutely, he contradicts himself. He had an opportunity to go over to Cuba and speak for liberty. But we know that this is not his agenda at all. It's to create as much chaos as he can.
Well, he's probably following Communist Manifesto number 12, resist any attempt to outlaw the Communist Party.
Yeah.
That's one of their goals.
Oh, yeah.
So he's a good little
comrade.
He was sitting there with this communist at a ball game. He's sitting there, dancing while Europe is on fire, while Europe is under attack. We know, and later on, and within a couple of days, he came out and said that we're going to destroy ISIS or ISIL. We know that this is far from just, this is just a part of his talking points. He don't want anything to do with this terrorism at all.
You know what? I got a good idea for the GOP if they want to install their puppet in the White House. I think that they should follow Public Act 414, which was written in 1962 or 1967. Remember, I think I mentioned it before, that no aliens are allowed entry into this country country if they want to overturn our constitutional form of government or if they support communism.
Yeah.
Barack Hussein Obama just proved that he supports communism in Argentina. When he arrives in Washington, D.C., he needs to immediately be detained, needs to be handcuffed and thrown into prison. Then our good old Uncle Joe Biden, he needs to be waterboarded so that he'll reveal his true communist self, and then they'll input the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, into the White House. Done deal. GOP gets what it wants, and I get what I want.
I'm sorry, I don't trust Ryan at all. Ryan is a sellout too.
Well, I'm saying that's what the GOP should do.
Is that soundbite?
He has
where Obama says exactly what is.
Derek, you have that. If you want him to play it now.
Yeah, I just want to give the people a flavor of what it is. Anytime you get ready, Dave.
That's going to be the wave of the future if we want to make progress on these problems. I guess to make a broader point, so often in the past, there's been a sharp division between left and right, between capitalist and communist or socialist. And especially in the Americas, that's been a big debate, right? You're a capitalist Yankee dog, and you're some crazy communist that's going to take away everybody's property. And I mean, those are interesting intellectual arguments, but I think for your generation, you should be practical and just choose from what works.
Practical.
You don't have to worry about whether it neatly fits into socialist theory or capitalist theory. You should just decide what works.
Okay, Derek, that's
and
good.
I said this.
Folks, by the way, if you'd like to join in this conversation, that number is 734-822-1600. But we are talking about where we are today and what the role that the Republican Party has played in this by either being active in joining with them in some of this, or they have allowed the Democrats to carry the agenda from the time that probably after the Second World War, probably in the 50s, when there was some idea of a real determination of what this country deemed acceptable and unacceptable.
Well, that's right. Our president should have been in Argentina telling them about the beauty of our Constitution,
exactly right.
about the rule of law that makes American jurisprudence superior.
And makes this country the exception.
They don't ever, no one in the government ever seems to talk about the Constitution.
Exactly right.
And I'll tell you,
Because
even Ted Cruz, who is probably one of the superior ones in terms of mentioning the Constitution occasionally, even when he goes on his speaking tours and talks about what he wants to do on the first day. He wants to eliminate Common Core on the first day. He wants to rip up Obamacare on the first day. Excuse me, seems to me that the president is the head of the executive branch of government, which is designed to enforce the law, not make the law.
Exactly.
Even these speeches about what these presidential candidates are going to do on their first day seems like they're not following the Constitution.
They're not. And the thing is that every time, there's more concern about the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court really should not be that much of a concern, but they have more power than any individual in this country.
And it's gotten down to where the one Supreme Court justice has control over all of us, over all of our personal daily life decisions. That's wrong.
Whether or not we can have a religious exception or a religious objection to certain things, there's no way that the Supreme Court should be in charge of that. That's written in stone in the Constitution. Let me get to one of these calls before the break. We're going to go to line one. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, guys. Great topic this morning. Great conversation. Listening in online here. The atmospheric start.
What do you
lined
think
up enough to pick you up on the radio.
Bruce, what do you think about? Do you think that there is too much complicity on the part of the Republican Party.
Oh yeah,
In turning, just destroying our Constitution.
Well, yeah, the thing is, if you don't defend something, if you don't tend it, it's like a garden. It's going to get all kinds of weeds growing, and eventually they're going to choke out the plants you want to raise, you want to cultivate. Guys, I heard what you said about Hillary and Bernie taking the party farther and farther left. Well, Phil, as you and I talked about this the other day, this goes back way, way farther than just this past campaign. I mean, look at what happened in Chicago in 1968. Yeah. You had all the hippies and the yippies running around, the Days of Rage and all that sort of thing. And I was watching that convention. I'm sure you were too, Phil. Yeah. I don't know if Del and Janice, you guys probably remember that too, don't you?
I wasn't paying attention.
You weren't paying attention? Oh, no. My Lord.
I was busy. I like boys.
Yeah. Well, that gives you an idea of how...
They were whistling at me, yeah.
Can they whistle at
Boy,
you?
and I wish they'd still whistle at me. I think Michelle Obama was all wrong on that.
Well, and the thing is, this, and Phil, I think you made a good point. It goes back even as far as after World War II, with the communist infiltration of the State Department and the Army and that sort of thing, which Joe McCarthy tried to warn everybody about, and look what happened to him.
Right.
He got taken down. And the thing is, here's like you're talking about Obama going to Argentina, the trip and light fantastic, dancing around while people are getting their limbs blown off who weren't killed in the bomb blast in the train station and the airport. This is just absolutely disgraceful.
It is.
You're absolutely right that he should be talking about the Constitution, but remember what he said during the campaign in 2008. He said
Bruce, real quickly, are you a member of the National Rifle Association?
Not actively, no, but I do have. Jan's got her Glock. I've got my 38. We've got a nice trusty shotgun too. So
now, are they going to be at Jimmy's this morning?
Yeah, we're going to be at Jimmy's with Chris Morse, who's running for the 9th District Congress, representative's seat in Congress, that's being held by Sandra Levin right now.
Okay, Bruce, we got to wrap it up. We'll see you over at Jimmy's.